The moment you wake up, you have a choice. You can either stumble through your morning like most people, reactive and unprepared, or you can take control and set the tone for an extraordinary day. What if I told you that the ancient Stoics, who lived over 2,000 years ago, had already figured out the perfect morning routine that modern science now proves can transform your entire life?
Today, I'm going to share with you the 10 essential morning practices that every Stoic philosopher swore by, and why implementing just a few of these could be the difference between living a life of purpose and living a life of regret. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete blueprint for starting each day with unshakable confidence and clarity. But first, let me ask you this. How do you typically start your morning? If you're like 89% of people, you probably grab your phone within the first 10 minutes of waking up. You scroll through social media, check emails, and immediately flood your mind with other people's problems and opinions. The Stoics would be horrified by this approach, and here's why. The first principle of Stoic morning routine is understanding that the morning is sacred. It's the only time of day when your mind is completely fresh, free from the chaos and distractions that will inevitably come. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote in his Meditations that the morning is when we must prepare our minds for the battles of the day ahead. So let's dive into the first practice. Wake up without snoozing. This might sound simple, but it's actually profound. When you hit the snooze button, you're already practicing the habit of avoiding discomfort and breaking promises to yourself. Seneca taught that discipline in small things leads to strength in great things. Every time you get up immediately when your alarm goes off, you're building the muscle of self-control that will serve you throughout the day.
The second practice is to immediately reflect on your mortality. Now, this isn't meant to be morbid or depressing. The Stoics called this Memento Mori, remembering death. When you wake up and remind yourself that this could be your last day, it instantly puts everything into perspective. Your petty worries become insignificant, and what truly matters becomes crystal clear. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Starting your day with this perspective makes you virtually unstoppable.
The third practice is setting your intentions for the day, but not just any intentions, Stoic intentions. Before you think about what you want to achieve, think about what kind of person you want to be. Do you want to be patient with your family, focused at work, generous with your time? The Stoics believe that we cannot control external outcomes, but we can always control our character. Write down 3 character traits you want to embody today. Fourth, practice the discipline of desire. This is where you mentally prepare for disappointment and setbacks. Spend 5 minutes imagining that things might not go according to plan today. Your meeting might get canceled, your flight might be delayed, your project might face obstacles. But instead of being upset about these possibilities, you accept them in advance. This mental rehearsal, called Premeditatio Malorum, makes you emotionally bulletproof. The fifth practice is expressing gratitude, but not the shallow kind you see on social media. Stoic gratitude is specific and philosophical. Instead of just saying, "I'm grateful for my health," you say, "I'm grateful for my health, knowing that it's temporary and beyond my complete control, which makes me appreciate it even more." This deeper gratitude creates genuine contentment and reduces the endless wanting that destroys so many lives. Practice number 6 is reviewing your principles. The Stoics had core principles they lived by, and they would remind themselves of these every morning. Principles like, I will focus only on what I can control. I will treat others with respect regardless of how they treat me, and I will see obstacles as opportunities to practice virtue. Having clear principles eliminates decision fatigue and gives you a moral compass for the day. The 7th practice is physical preparation. The Stoics weren't just philosophers, they were practical people who understood the connection between mind and body. This doesn't mean you need to run a marathon every morning, but you should do something that challenges your body and builds resilience. Even simple stretching or a brief walk can shift your mental state from passive to active. Practice 8
is visualization of success, but with a Stoic twist. Instead of visualizing external achievements, visualize yourself handling challenges with grace and wisdom. See yourself remaining calm under pressure, responding thoughtfully instead of reactively, and maintaining your integrity even when it's difficult. This mental rehearsal programs your subconscious mind for virtuous behavior.
The ninth practice is planning your day around virtue, not just productivity. While everyone else is making to-do lists focused on tasks, you're making a to-be list focused on character. How can you practice courage today? Where can you demonstrate justice? How can you show temperance? This shifts your focus from external achievements to internal development.
Finally, the 10th practice is committing to learning. The Stoics were lifelong learners who believed that wisdom was the highest good. Every morning, commit to learning something new that will make you a better person. Read a philosophical text, listen to educational content, or reflect on a lesson from the previous day. This commitment to growth ensures that you're constantly evolving.
Now, you might be thinking, this sounds like a lot of work, but here's the beautiful truth. These practices don't require hours of your time. You can complete this entire routine in just 15 to 20 minutes. That's less time than most people spend scrolling through social media before getting out of bed.
The key is consistency, not perfection. Start with just one or two of these practices and gradually add more as they become natural. Remember, the Stoics weren't trying to create a perfect morning routine. They were trying to create a perfect character. And that's built one morning at a time. These ancient practices are more relevant today than ever before. In a world full of distractions, uncertainty, and constant change, the Stoic morning routine provides an anchor of stability and purpose. It's not about controlling your external circumstances, it's about controlling your response to them. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, remember you have the power to set the tone for your entire day. Will you let it happen to you? Or will you take control like the Stoics did? The choice, as always, is yours.